Welcome to the Primetime News here on CBN4. I am your presenter, Sheena Harry. The Drug Squad unit conducted 3 successful anti-drug operations in the heights of Mont Prosper, where over 20,000 cannabis trees were uprooted. In the first operation, Public Relations Officer Pelham John Baptist reported that over 10,000 fully grown alleged cannabis trees were uprooted and burnt with no arrests made. In a separate operation, 2 men were found in possession of 2,450 cannabis trees with a street value of over $400,000. Jerry Henderson, 50 of Mont Prosper, and Lazarus Joel Luke, 30 of Woodford Hill, have been charged with possession of cannabis with intent to supply and the cultivation of cannabis, John Baptist revealed. In yet another operation, 3 men were found in possession of more than 9,000 fully grown cannabis trees and over 25 kilograms of cannabis weed. According to John Baptist, Gibson Scott Mitchell, 30 of Mont Prosper, Anthony Detouche, 18 of Stock Farm, and Ebert Ellie, 41 of Stock Farm, they were all charged with possession of cannabis with the intent to supply and the cultivation of cannabis. Clarence Lewis, 23 of Newtown, has changed his not guilty plea to guilty of murder. Lewis was charged with the murder of Mavelyn Robinson, who died from numerous stab wounds at her residence in November of 2012. In addition to Lewis, Bernice Samuel was charged with her murder, and both initially pleaded not guilty. Both men appeared before Justice Errol Thomas, where Samuel pleaded not guilty while Lewis pleaded guilty to the crime. The prosecution withdrew the indictment against Samuel, and Justice Thomas ordered that he will be released from the state prison shortly. Lewis will be sentenced next month, and he is represented by attorney-at-law Don Yearwood Stewart. Also making the news, although World Glaucoma Week has come and gone, the disease still continues to affect many people throughout the world, including Dominica. This year, many activities were organized to raise awareness about the disease and also to encourage people of the importance of eye care and early detection. And Dr. Hazel Shillingford Ricketts was one of the advocates educating the public on the effects of glaucoma on the island. Ricketts revealed that glaucoma is very prevalent here in Dominica.
Glaucoma in Dominica is very prevalent. It is estimated to be about 12% because, as you know, in Dominica we have a very high percentage of our population are elderly people. We're also black, which is another risk factor. Aging and being black are two of the major risk factors, and so you would expect glaucoma to be very prevalent in our population.
According to Ricketts, glaucoma has a significant impact on the health system as patients require medication to control the disease. Although some of the medication provided are free of charge in the primary health sector, Dr. Ricketts explained most of the new and effective eye medications are not provided free of charge.
And so the patients who have to use this medication, they have to purchase it. Now they can either purchase it at the central medical stores at the hospital or privately in the private pharmacies. We have tried to assist them by providing it at cost price at the hospital, which is about 50% of the cost obtained in the private sector. However, there is still a disadvantage. Because they have to pay for it, it is only available at central medical stores. So irrespective of where the patient lives in Dominica, they have to find themselves to Roseau to buy the medication, and that can be a deterrent to the obtaining these forms of.
Dr. Ricketts added, it is her hope that sometime in the near future, Medications will be provided to the patients free of charge.
But it is not without a cost. We have already looked at the costing, and it will increase our drug budget at the hospital by over $250,000, in addition to the other costs they have that are incurred to provide care at the hospital.
According to Dr. Ricketts, the Ministry of Health has quite a comprehensive program in Dominica to screen patients for glaucoma, and this screening is done weekly in various communities around the island. Dr. Ricketts encouraged patients to come to their follow-up sessions and to continue the medications provided to them. Under the theme An Inclusive Commonwealth, a celebration was held to mark Commonwealth Day at the Arawak House of Culture. The Fly a Flag for Commonwealth activity was geared toward bringing a greater understanding and appreciation of the values and principles of the Commonwealth nations. And reading the Commonwealth Day message from head of the Commonwealth, Queen Elizabeth II, His Excellency the President, Mr. Charles Savre, said that this year's theme is intended to encourage mutual respect and acceptance.
Being inclusive and accepting diversity goes far deeper than accepting differences at face value and being tolerant.
The Queen's message spoke of the importance of embracing individual uniqueness, value, and dignity, and in so doing, help develop the Commonwealth.
Including others, drawing on collective insights, knowledge, and resources, and thinking and working together, we lay the foundations of a harmonious and progressive society.
Also in attendance was Speaker of the House, Honorable Alex Boyd Knights, Minister for Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Justina Charles, Minister for Education, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, and students from various schools across the island. The government of Dominica is committed to raising the bar of sports in Dominica to compete with other countries globally. The Minister for Youth, Sports, Culture and Constituency Empowerment, Justina Charles, expressed one way that the ministry is moving forward.
Sports is looking at reviewing the sports policy and trying to make sure that our sports policy is in keeping with all of the mandates and in keeping with all of the regional requests, and to ensure that our sports is brought to a level that is commensurate or is at par with all other countries.
Charles urged Dominicans to appreciate the investment that government of Dominica and all stakeholders continue to make in the development of sports.
We are aware of the benefits that can be derived from our engagement in sports. Too often that we complain and we say we do not have the sports facility, and sometimes the sports facilities are improved and we do not utilize it as much as we would like.
And that was Justina Charles, Minister for Sports. Education Minister Peter Saint-Jean conveyed his support of the initiative to further the educational development of students on the island. Speaking at the launching of this year's Maths Power Contest, Saint-Jean said that it is important to begin molding responsible citizens.
We want to position our students to be successful citizens, and therefore a good grasp of mathematical concepts is fundamental. We must therefore ensure that our students are prepared and presented with the opportunity to keep pace with the development of knowledge in mathematics, science, technology, so that our country can in turn benefit from highly skilled human capital.
Seja went on to commend the headline sponsor, the National Bank of Dominica, for its commitment to human resource development.
That, first of all, we publish this piece. I think there is need to get it recorded and send out to the schools. And whoever the teacher it is who worked with this group of students to put this together, that we should probably recognize her in some little way. And just
This year's contest, under the theme Mental Maths Matters, will begin with the primary school's elimination round on March 15th. In other news headlines, as one of the first English-speaking Caribbean countries to become a part of Alba, Dominica is benefiting once again from contributions from the organization. The Minister for Youth, Sports, Culture and Constituency Empowerment, Honorable Justina Charles, said that equipment was provided by Alba Cultural to launch the film and video screening equipment and services of the Arawak House of Culture.
Alba, a brainchild of the late president of Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, represents a new progressive model of cooperation among states that emphasizes complementarity, solidarity, and independence.
Since the purchase of the Arawak House of Culture by the government, the function of the building has changed to include the hosting of pageants, graduation ceremonies, concerts, and now the screening of locally produced films. Charles said that the government is supportive of the provision of the necessities to broaden the film industry in Dominica.
The overall aim of all these training initiatives is to develop the human resource capacity in the film and video sector and to develop the capacity of various media and production houses and individual producers. With the new film and video screening services on offer, Arawak House of Culture is now a new home for local film and video producers.
Charles assured that her government will continue to partner with key stakeholders to further develop the film industry, including the production of national film festivals. Road rehabilitation is a primary concern for many motorists around the island. Some roads await repairs, while others continue to deteriorate. Motorists are asked to exercise extreme caution when traveling on the northwest coast of the island, specifically near Dubla, as roadways continue to collapse. And with the recent rainfall, sections of the highway have eroded significantly and may soon become impassable. Parliamentary representative for the Dubla constituency, Catherine Daniel, stated, "During Erica, that portion of the road had some edge failure. A lot of it has gone. But I guess with the rains and the constant use of the road, there was on Saturday evening, early evening, further edge failure, taking away another almost half of what was there." Again, Daniel urged motorists to be cautious, stating that the roadway is still very dangerous as weakening continues, and motorists should consider that segment a one-lane road. Daniel stated that the new Minister for Public Works, Miriam Blanchard, and Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Ian Douglas, were both on site over the weekend. A team was brought along to assess the damage and draft a course of action. And that's it for this edition of Primetime News. For up-to-date local, regional, and international headlines, be sure to visit our website, cbn4.com, or our Facebook page. On behalf of all of us here at CBN4, thanks for watching. And that's it for this edition of Primetime News. For up-to-date local, regional, and international headlines, be sure to visit our website, cbn4.com, or our Facebook page. On behalf of all of us here at CBN4, thanks for watching.